Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is Josh Harpst from Genesis Real Estate, and thanks for checking out my video. I'm doing a video today on has pricing in Boise hit the bottom. We all know that May of 2022 brought our median home price to its peak at $602,000. Okay, and since May of 22, we have watched this home price stumble and fall and come down almost 20%. We know that in January, the median home price came as low as $487,000. Now that's significant, from $602,000 to $487,000. And the funny thing that happened is from January to February, the price actually rose back up to $492,000. And so the question I'm asking today is has Boise hit the bottom? Are we now going to see the median home prices increase? So let's talk about that. Let's unpack that for a second. What we have noticed in our market, when we first hit the standstill last year, right, midway through the year, interest rates started going up, sales slowed down dramatically. The interest rate is one of the largest external variables that impact buying, right? Because so few of us do buy our property with cash. There is a lot of cash out there right now, but many of us get a loan, and so that interest rate certainly impacts the amount of home we can buy. With that being said, we saw the interest rates going up. We saw our inventory increasing. When we were in that post-pandemic rush, we noticed that our inventory levels between our two main counties of Canyon and Ada County got as low as like 200 homes at one point. It was terrible. The bidding wars were disastrous. So when we started to slow down, we saw our inventory levels grow larger than 4,000 homes, single-family homes, between Ada and Canyon County. That's very significant. That's a significant change. And what that did was then we saw the prices start to come down because the buyers had options. All of a sudden, the buyers were in control. But in that time frame, something kind of funny happened. And the inventory levels just kind of kept getting smaller and smaller. People kept buying homes. The demand was still here in our valley for these properties. And now we've watched that inventory level shrink from over 4,000 to under 2,000. And in fact, a week ago Monday, the total single family homes between the two counties was 1,979. Now that's significantly less than over 4,000. And what we started to notice is that if homes were placed on the market at a great price and they were a desirable home, they were getting multiple offers again. And it was kind of crazy. We also noticed that $1 million market, anything from like $1 million to 1.5, if it was priced right and desirable, it was moving like that. It threw me off. We didn't, in the history of real estate, I haven't seen $1 million properties sell as quickly as they have. We are a very desirable area. And in fact, my favorite thing I'm going to tell you today is something also very funny happened. And that is, since about last summer, we've had all these articles written about, that had Boise included. We were grouped together with cities like Seattle, Austin, San Jose, San Francisco, and we were pointed at as overinflated markets. And in fact, in June of last year, we were considered the most overinflated housing market in America. And that was crazy that we were in that group. Well, since then, articles have been written with that very same group of cities that is talking about how much inventory they're having flood the market, which is causing their prices to drop dramatically. And we are not included in that group. And I think the reason for that is because our demand has been maintained. People continue to want to live here. And so they're continuing to buy, regardless of the interest rate or the pricing. And so that's why we saw those prices come up from January to February. We know that inventory levels is your supply, and simple economics tells us as supply increases, demand decreases, and vice versa. Our supply was decreasing, therefore our demand was increasing, and there were more there are right now, it feels like, more people looking for homes than there are homes getting sold. But we did also notice that we finally saw an increase in inventory this last Monday, we watched our inventory levels go up to 2,102 between the two counties. My personal take is that we will see the inventory levels increase as the weather warms up. I am so ready for summer, but let's get through spring first. As the weather warms up, I think we will see our inventory levels increase, and that will increase the supply, right? The demand will go down. We know that the Fed is supposed to have a big meeting on May 10th and determine whether or not they're going to push that federal rate up. If it does go up, it would certainly impact the demand as well. It would lower the demand also. And so I think with increased supply and lower demand, we should see our pricing soften a little more this year. Now remember, we have dropped almost 20%. So I don't think we're going to see something like that this year. I do think in my last video, I referenced an article I read from Forbes that said the Boise market is supposed to drop between 5 and 7%. And I really attached to that. I felt like they gave good numbers. And from what I'm seeing out there, it really feels like we'll still see some settling. I don't think prices quite match our current wage levels in our valley. And I do, as you guys know, I do believe real estate to be very local. And so I don't think we're right where we need to be yet as far as a balanced market is concerned, but if we continue to settle, we'll be right where we need to be. So that's my expectation. If you have a comment, by all means, if you're a real estate professional, a lender, please engage in the conversation. Or if you just if you're interested in the real estate market, engage in the conversation. But until next time, I appreciate you watching.